Hello. I thought I was just going to appear onto the screen, but I guess I had to drag myself up. I apologize. What's up, everybody? Hello, friends. Hope you guys are having a great day. Happy Thursday. What's up, Larry Comics? How you doing, fella? What's up, Spock? How you doing? How's everyone doing? 12-team PPR, 2 flex, Herbert, Eckler, Kamara, CD, Ayuk, Fryermuth, Goddard, Jeff Wilson, Suckup, bench, Godwin, Landry, Olave, Edmonds, Russell Wilson. Your team looks pretty good. You probably have like a 8 or 9 out of 10 of a team. Pick 2, Curtis Samuel, Patterson, Bateman. I'd go with the latter, the final 2. Patterson and Bateman. About to sit Najee for Gibson. I would, to be honest with you. Gibson is Najee's a disaster. Diggs is tearing it up. He's on pace for 170 catches and 34 touchdowns. Let's hope he gets 34 touchdowns on the year. That'd be funny. Should I start Deontay Johnson or Curtis Samuel? Johnson. Should I trade Waddle for Jamal Williams, Denver? If you need a running back, yeah. But honestly, I think you can get more for that considering how good Waddle looks. Should I start Stevenson or Penny? Oh, man, dude. Penny's looking awful. I was so wrong on Penny. I'd go Penny still. Kareem Hunt, Brady Cooks, or Metcalf. I'd go Cooks. Should I trade Fournette for Breece Hall? Fuck no. Do not do that. Start Waddle or Michael Thomas. Keep in mind, Waddle is going against the best defense in the league, and MT is going up against the Panthers. I'm still going to go with Waddle, but if you seem to have made your decision, Joel. Go with MT. That's who you want to start, clearly. Ayuk, Zeke, Penny. I'm going with Zeke and Ayuk. Let's go! Greetings from Germany, Nick. It's 1 a.m. Help. What's up, Dominic? Greetings from New Jersey, baby. Fryermuth, Pitts, Higbee at full PPR. I would go with Pitts still. Can't complain. Ready for some football, baby. Yo, happy Thursday night football. Happy Thursday night football, everybody. Hopefully everyone's having a great day. Pick 2, running back, CH, James Conner, James Robinson, Zeke, Singletary. I'd go with Conner and CH. If Conner doesn't play for some reason, go James Robinson. Do I flex Gibson over Hollywood Brown? Yes, I would. And if you want to get rid of Gibson, you should be trying to pivot him to a different running back. I think eventually Gibson is not going to be start worthy once Brian Robinson returns, but we will see. We shall see. Should I start Wentz over Brady in full PPR? If you want to, you could. They're really close in my rankings. I would go with Brady personally. I have Lenny, Jacobs, Etienne, and Ingram as my running backs. JJ, Gabe Davis, Bateman, Landry, Dotson, and Chark. I would try to trade Dotson. Yo, what's going on, man? Cooper, more. Ayo, I'm feeling Hunt tonight. Should I flex him or Bateman, Garrett Wilson? I like Hunt tonight as well, but I'd rather go with Bateman. What's up, Captain Bassey? How are you doing, good sir? Nick, what's up? You got a nice name. Get it? Because we got the same one. Flex position, Hollywood Brown, Michael Thomas, Michael Cotta, Julio Jones, pick 1. Going Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas. Need 1 running back and 1 flex. Deontay, Elliott, Cooks, Jeff Wilson, or Miles Sanders. Deontay and Miles Sanders for me. Damian Pierce or Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams by a quarter mile. Thielen or Pollard flex, half PPR. Thielen. Half PPR, Robinson, Peoples, Jones, Lockett, or Dotson. I go Robinson. For these 3 tight ends, bench 1, cut 1, start 1. I'm starting Ertz. I am cutting Irv Smith, and I'm keeping Logan Thomas. Yeah, I am from New Jersey. What's up, Legendary One? Trying to answer as many questions as possible, just so you know. If I don't answer your question, it's not because I meant to skip you on purpose. I'm just clicking around. I already answered that one. 2 running backs and a flex: Najee, A-Rob, Connor, Juju, C-Pat. I'm going with Connor, C-Pat, and then I'm going to flex Juju. Corvette. Pick 2 to start. I'm starting CH and James Conner. Kirk, Waddle, Myers, and D. Smith this week. I'm going with Kirk and Waddle. Edmonds versus the Bills or Stevenson versus the Ravens? Edmonds. Full PPR, Kareem Hunt, Brandon Cooks, DK Metcalf. Let's go. Let's go Kareem Hunt. Damian Pierce, Javonte Williams, Javonte. Traded Hunt, Cooks, and Palmer for Kamara and Landry. I like that trade. Should I start Kirk Cousins over Russell Wilson? Yes. Edmonds or Hunt? I would go with Hunt. Trade offer, Josh Jacobs or James Robinson? James Robinson. Thoughts on Henry rest of the season? Looked mid the first 2 weeks, but Bills, Giants, two tough rush defenses, to be fair. He should bounce back. Yeah, I think Robinson's going to be fine. I wouldn't panic yet. Yes, I'm worried, but I'm not like going to not start him this week. J. Robert, Deontay. Yo, Nick, Flex, Master Bateman, Dylan, or Jeff Wilson. What's up, Mr. Meat Missile? I'm going with Master Bateman. Start 3, PPR, CD, Higgins, Gabe, Davis, or Drake London. I'm going to start Higgins, Davis, and London. Hey, Nick, will the weather be a problem for Deontay Johnson tonight? No, I don't think it will be that much of a problem. The Ravens say J.K. Dobbins is week to week. That's very funny. He is week to week because the guy never fucking plays. It's kind of sad. Start Firemouth or Ertz. I'm going Ertz. Rate my team Dynasty full PPR. Stafford, Derrick Henry, Fournette, Cup, Godwin, Mark Andrews, Miles Sanders. You have a great team. Give that like a solid 8 out of 10. Again, guys, I'm trying to answer as many questions as possible tonight. Zeke, Pierce, or McKissick? Let's go Zeke. Should I start Tua or Goff? I'd go with Tua. Shout out from Central Jersey. I'm from North Jersey. Fryermuth or Irv Smith. Fryermuth. Hunt tonight. I like him. Hunt or Dylan. Hunt. Oh, I have Hunt and Dylan ranked so close. I don't remember which one I have ranked higher. I like both of them a lot. And I said that in the video that I have these guys all really close. I'd go Hunt. My PPR team is quarterback Lamar, running backs Aaron Jones, Chubb, Gibson, wide receivers Cup, Waddle. Thoughts on trading Gibson and Aaron Jones for Eckler McLaurin? I would not do that. I would not do that. Hunt tonight, Flex or Bateman, Garrett Wilson. I'm going Bateman. Start Pierce, Zeke, Wilson, or Hunt. I'm going Hunt. No, actually, I'm going Wilson. Drop Knox and stream Logan Thomas this week. No, I'm playing Knox one more time. If he fails me again, we're done. We're done if he fails me again. Should I start Connor or Hunt? Connor. I think Connor's going to be fine. Do I play Hunt tonight? I have Kamara. Connor's my other running backs, both questionable. Kamara likely out. Where did you read that Kamara's likely out? I read that Kamara might play. But if you are nervous, you can play Hunt. For these 3 tight ends, I think I already answered this. I'm starting Ertz, cutting Irv, and keeping Logan Thomas. Go Wentz over Brady. I see that. I understand that. I have Pitts who's flopping. Do I drop Judy and pick up Irv Smith? No, don't drop Judy. Pitts will be fine. Trade Najee for Kamara? Yeah, I would do that. I don't know who to flex between Waddle or Higgins. I'm going Waddle. Trade Schultz for Pitts? Yes, easily. Jacoby Myers or Garrett Wilson? Garrett Wilson. Cooper Henderson or Brees? I'm going Cooper. For the 3 tight ends, I already answered this one. Kittle this week, I think Kittle will be fine. I think he plays. Start Ertz. Cut Alex Smith. Yeah, dude. Cut Alex Smith. Or cut Smith, Alex. I read that completely wrong. Fryermuth or Irv Smith. I'm going Fryermuth. How's your day, bro? Pretty solid today. Pretty decent day out there. Hey, Notorious. Standard League flex. Do I go Garrett Wilson or Edmonds? Wilson for sure. I trade Aaron Jones and Darren Waller for Travis Kelce. Good trade. I think that's okay. I don't think I would have done that, but I don't think it's a bad trade. Jeff Wilson or Amari Cooper. I would go with Jeff Wilson. Thank you for the donation. Super chat, whatever the hell you want to call it. CB. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Play 3 running backs, Mixon, Kamara, Henderson, Pollard, and Hunt tonight. So here is your analysis of this. The answer is Mixon, Kamara, and Hunt. Kamara, again, isn't a lock to play. I've talked about this in the videos. I think you want to wait until Sunday and figure things out, right? Because there's a chance, obviously, Kamara misses, then you got to take him out. So Mixon and Hunt are locked and loaded into the lineup. I think Hunt has a decent game. Hunt scored 2 touchdowns in week 1, 0 in week 2. That was a game where they ran away with the game up against the Jets. Obviously, they end up losing to the Jets, but that was a game where the game script was for Nick Chubb. This week, I understand the Steelers' offense is pretty shit in reality, but I do think it is entirely possible that the game script goes more towards a Hunt game compared to Chubb. I have Chubb ranked higher, though, but I think Hunt is fine, as well as Mixon up against the Jets. I like that matchup. And then if Kamara does not play, then you're going to go with Darrell Henderson. I know Cam Akers has been getting more work, but I just trust Cam Akers significantly more than, or I trust Darrell Henderson, I should say, significantly more than I trust Tony Pollard. Still think that the team wants Zeke to be the guy, even though he's not very good. So I would go with Henderson. So if Kamara does play, it's Mixon, Kamara, Hunt. If Kamara doesn't play, it's Mixon, Henderson, and Hunt. Thank you again for the donation, CB. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Legendary One, as well. Let me scroll up and find your question. I saw you type something. Kyler Murray or Aaron Rodgers? I would go ahead and go with Kyler Murray for sure. I'm just more confident in Kyler Murray. Aaron Rodgers is okay. I don't mind Aaron Rodgers this week, but he just doesn't really have a lot of weapons. All his weapons are also banged up. And then you also ask flex one, drop one, Terry McLaurin, Gibson, Claypool, Garrett Wilson, Jacoby Myers. I'm dropping Claypool pretty easily. Now it sucks because he plays tonight. And obviously there's a chance that he ends up just balling out, right? Having a huge day. But I would go ahead and flex. Call me crazy. I'm flexing Gibson. Gibson has been incredibly safe, and he also has a decent amount of upside. This matchup up against the Philadelphia Eagles does seem very good, in my opinion. So I would drop Chase Claypool, even though I like Chase Claypool, and I would start Antonio Gibson. Thank you, S. Nagara. Nagara, thank you for the donation. You guys rock. Keep it up. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Means the world to me when you guys just sit in the chat and just watch. It's crazy, right? There's 81 people watching, 84 people watching, 23 on Stokastic Fantasy Football, 61 on Notorious Fantasy by Stokastic. It's awesome. I try to, just so you guys know, if you do super chat, which you don't have to, I always answer those questions ahead of the normal questions because I think it's a dick move if you donate and I don't answer. Kind of just how I feel. Check Kamara's status and play Ingram if he is out. I completely agree. Flex, thank you, Nick, for the donation or super chat, whatever you guys want to call it. Um, Flex, T. Higgins, Garrett Wilson already have Waddle and Amon-Ra St. Brown. So your team's already looking fire, right? Waddle and Amon-Ra are really helping you out. I would go ahead and play T. Higgins up against the Jets. I feel like this is the matchup. This is the get right matchup this week for T. Higgins. So I'm going to go ahead and fire up T. Higgins over Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson has been pretty reliable. I understand that. Some people would feel more comfortable playing, or more comfortable, not comfortable, playing Garrett Wilson. But I would personally go with T. Higgins. I think he bounces back this week. I also think the team as a whole has a big bounce back spot. So that's just kind of my lean on things. So we're going to go ahead and go with T. Higgins. Thank you for the super chat again. Don't forget to like the video. That's a fact, guys. Like the video. Hope all is well, Dave. I'm doing excellent. Thank you for asking, man. Been doing pretty solid. Just a bit hungry because I didn't eat before the stream. Tampa D or Browns. D, I'd go with the Browns. Thoughts on Edmonds and ETN? I don't like either of them anymore. I was pretty high on Edmonds. It appears the team wants to use Mostert more. I think Edmonds is still startable this week, but if he fucks up again, he's basically done for me. He's not a guy that I ideally want in my lineup, though. If I'm being completely honest with you, I don't really trust either of them. And right now, I trust James Robinson significantly more than I would trust Travis Etienne. Start two: Damian Harris, A. Rob, J. Rob, Curtis Samuel, Kareem Hunt, limited Keenan Allen. I'd play Keenan Allen if he plays, but if he doesn't, I'm going with J. Rob and Kareem Hunt, double running backs. Does Keenan Allen play this week? Based on what I've read, I think so. Such a hard choice for me. Didn't see if you answered earlier. Hunt or Cooks? I would go with Cooks. Taste the Skittles. DJ Moore, Garrett Wilson, Darnell Mooney, Brendan Ayuk. I'm done with Mooney, so we're going DJ Moore and Garrett Wilson pretty easily for me. Should I trade Curtis Samuel for Breece Hall? Yes, if you can afford to wait a couple weeks for Breece Hall to be useful. Does Keenan Allen play this week? I believe so. Pick one: James Conner, Josh Jacobs. I'm playing Connor. Again, I'm assuming Connor's going to play. I got to edit my lineup in my leagues real quick. Make sure I got everyone in. Make sure I get the correct motherfuckers in my lineup. CB, thank you for the donation. Drop Brady, Elijah Moore, or Schultz for Brian Robinson. Picked up Garrett Wilson. Look, if I'm being honest with you, I don't want to drop any of those guys for Brian Robinson. Unless you can pick him up, put him on the IR, and try to pick someone else. If you have to drop one of them, I'm dropping Elijah Moore. Garrett Wilson could easily be the number one receiver there, but we have not seen what this offense looks like with Zach Wilson, right? With Zach Wilson, maybe Elijah Moore is just getting force-fed the rock. I'm definitely not cutting Brady. I think Brady's going to turn things around. And then Schultz is dealing with an injury, but I want to see what Schultz looks like when Dak comes back in a few weeks. So gun to the head, I would drop Elijah Moore, but again, I don't really want to drop any of those guys for Garrett Wilson. So I'm going with Elijah Moore if you have to for Brian Robinson. That's just my best bet there. And I think Brian Robinson will be useful when he plays. I think he'll be a very useful player for fantasy. Maybe not instantly. So I would drop Elijah Moore if you had to. CB. Thank you again for the super chat. Cooks has been getting 10 targets. Yeah, Cooks is very safe. I traded Hunt for Edmonds after week 1. That's a tough scene. Probably my fault though if I told you to do that. I really liked Edmonds a lot. I was wrong though. I'm fine to admit when I'm wrong, and I think I was wrong. And it sucks. Sucks being wrong, guys. Penny or Ramadre? I'm going Penny. Who should I flex? I would flex Deontay Johnson. Allen Robinson or Judy or Julio? I'd go Allen Robinson. Michael Carter, Judy, Curtis Samuel, Rashad Bateman, pick 2. I'm going with the last 2. Mr. Hezbollah. Bateman or Dotson? Bateman for me. Definitely going to go Bateman. Dog, my team is down bad in this league. I have to play fucking DJ Chark as a starting player on my roster. Damn, bro. We are in tough waters right now. Tough scene, as they say. TJ Hawkinson or Evan Ingram. I'm going to go with Hawkinson personally. Damian Pierce or Cortland Sutton. I would go ahead and play Cortland Sutton personally. Katie says AJ Dillon or Amari Cooper. I think, let me check the weather again. Weather, NFL, week 3. So I think initially I read that the weather was going to be somewhat bad, but now it seems like it's not going to be that bad. Yeah, it seems like everything's going to be fine. Just a bit windy. I'm going to go ahead and go with Amari Cooper. AJ Dillon is extremely safe, so if you want to take the safer option, go with Dillon, but I'd go Cooper. Josh, thank you for the donation, good sir. Pick 2 full PPR, Bateman, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith, McLaurin. I would go ahead here and play Bateman and Garrett Wilson. Now, I don't dislike McLaurin. I still think McLaurin is a start-worthy player, but it seems like for some reason Carson Wentz doesn't like McLaurin as much as he should, right? If you remember back with Taylor Heineke, he'd do the special fuck it, McLaurin is out there somewhere and just heave the ball down the field. It doesn't appear that Carson Wentz wants to do that. Again, I don't think McLaurin is just a guy you want to dump off your team, right? He's still a good player. He's still been putting up solid numbers, so he's definitely a start-worthy player. But personally, I would rather play Bateman and Garrett Wilson this week. Thank you for the donation, John. Just ask your question down below in here, or I'll scroll and find it if you already asked it. But if I can't find it, please just ask the question again. Yeah, because I don't see it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Never mind, I lied. Would you start Amari Cooper over DJ Moore? Thanks for taking my question. No problem, John. I appreciate the donation. I try to answer as many questions as possible on here. So make sure you guys hit the like button, please, and hit subscribe if you are new. I would go with DJ Moore. I'm still on the DJ Moore bandwagon. I understand that people are worried about DJ Moore. I think he has a good game this week. Again, I'm not completely sold on Amari Cooper, so I think I'd rather just go with DJ Moore. I think we may have been perplexed, though, by the fact, or we may have been led astray, maybe is the correct term, by Mr. What the fuck is his name? We've been led astray by Baker Mayfield and really just Matt Rule. Matt Rule is a certified dumbass. The guy is absolutely tugging with us right now. He's screwing with us bigly, especially with Christian McCaffrey. Sucks. But I'll go with DJ Moore still. I just feel more comfortable with him. Just feel a little bit more comfortable with him. All right. Let me just make sure my lineups are all good in all these leagues. I want to ask a DFS question before. I don't think I'm playing a single DFS lineup tonight. This game just stinks. If you want to play DFS tonight, you can, of course, but I'm just not. I'm probably going to play one lineup that I hand make 5 seconds before the game start. Yo, what's up, Nick? How are you doing? I'm doing great, Car. Thank you very much, man. Having a wonderful day. MT or London? MT for sure. I forgot to turn the notifications on. Lol, I didn't know you were live this entire time. Oh, all good. So let me just explain the live stream schedule real quick. Again, I'm not gonna sit here for 5 hours and explain it, but so the way the streams work is Thursday and Sunday. So Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sunday, I believe 11:30 or 11 a.m. Off the top of my head, I don't know. Eastern Standard Time for Sunday. And then on the Stokastic Fantasy Football channel, it is every Tuesday through Thursday or Tuesday through Friday at 10 a.m. Me and Savoca go live. So if you want all of my content, you have to be subscribed to Stokastic Fantasy Football and Notorious Fantasy by Stokastic. And I also try to answer as many questions as possible in the comments. I just sat down an hour ago and answered like roughly 5,000 questions. Pittsburgh wins tonight. I think it's possible. This game's a snoozer. This game stinks. Edmonds, Hunt, Garrett Wilson, Singletary, one running back. I'm going Hunt for show, and then the flex is going to be Garrett Wilson. Do you start Kareem Hunt tonight? Yes. Deontay Johnson and Amari Cooper start sit. I'm starting Deontay Johnson. Start 4 half PPR, Deontay Johnson, Sutton, Lance, Lamb, Garrett Wilson, Bateman. I'm going Deontay Johnson, Sutton, Wilson, Bateman. DJ Moore or Garrett Wilson. I would prefer to play DJ Moore. Would you send DJ Moore and Pierce for Javonte? Yes. Pick 3, Jeff Wilson, Cam Akers, Cordell Patterson, and David Montgomery. I'm going Wilson, Patterson, and Montgomery. Cooper or Patterson, Patterson. Hey, Nick, do you think Miami does this? How do you think Miami does this week? I think we're going to win. Of course, I actually think that in reality, I think the Bills are going to win. But I can't talk like that. As a fan of the team, I think, honestly, the Dolphins do the best when I am very positive towards thinking the Dolphins are going to win. So the Dolphins are going to beat the ever-living shit out of the Buffalo Bills. That is what's going to happen. I have to be positive. In the videos, though, obviously, I give you guys my actual takes, but like on Twitter, I'll fire off a bunch of fuck Josh Allen, all that, even though Josh Allen is probably the best quarterback in the NFL. The guy's nasty. Do I trade away Eckler and Bateman for Javonte and Sutton? I don't think I would. I don't think I would. My DFS pick for this week is Drake London. I love Drake London. I completely agree with you. Drake London is 12th in targets, 46% target share, 47% air yards, 89 route participation in week 2 PFF. I don't trust PFF grades, Captain Spock, but since you threw that in there, that's positive as well. Drake London's looking good. And the fact is, they just don't throw the fucking football to Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is doing his best John Cena because you can't see him. It is very bad scenes for Kyle Pitts right now. Yo, what's up? What's up, Juan? How are you doing, man? Wondering if I should keep J-Rob in the flex or plug Kareem in for tonight. Those are 2 guys I have basically back-to-back in the rankings. I would go with... I'm playing J-Rob, personally. These are both guys that are pretty safe. I'd say like 10-point floor, 23-point ceiling. If you like Kareem Hunt more tonight, you can go with him, but I'd personally go J-Rob. Start DK Metcalf against the Falcons, question mark? I think you can play Metcalf, but again, I just don't think you're ever going to be excited about it. Cooper tonight or Bateman? Rashad Master, Bateman, AC. Harbo, thank you. Full PPR, Logan Thomas or Everett at tight end. Curtis Samuel or Juju. I'm going to go with Samuel, and then I'm going to go with Everett. Hollywood or Garrett? Hollywood. Is Pitts going to pick it up soon? I think he will, honestly, but I am starting to be a little bit worried personally. Trade Amari Cooper for Terry McLaurin? Yes. Nick says, do you think Derrick Henry bounces back? I fucking hope so. I hope so. I have Logan Thomas and Pat whatever Muth. Who should you start? I'd go with Pat whatever Muth. Hawkinson or Fryermuth Hawkinson. Who wins trade Mike Thomas and Chris Godwin for Higgins and Johnson? I think I would prefer Higgins and Johnson. But that is one where it's basically identical for me. I know you said start Hunt tonight, but would you play him over Dylan? Yes. Miles Sanders or Edmonds rest of season? Miles Sanders. Trade Amari Cooper and Tony for Terry McLaurin and Treylon Burks? Yes. Man, what a shame Kadarius Toney is. What a fucking shame this guy is, man. He's so talented. It just appears like he doesn't want to learn the playbook or something. Like they're just not giving him any opportunities. It's truly sad to see. You honestly hate to see it. It's terrible. Just traded J-Rob for Christian Kirk. I get Kirk. Oh, wow. It's a great trade. Oh, we got some more super chats. Thank you, guys. Mr. Otter. Thank you very much, Mr. Otter. I appreciate it. Flex, Hunt, Metcalf, Hall, Woods, Olave, Lazard. Let me be honest with you, Mr. Otter. I was kind of a Robert Woods guy. I talked myself into Woods. If you don't need Robert Woods, you can genuinely cut him. That's just how I feel. I think Burks is going to end up being the guy. I'm very worried about the Tennessee Titans. I would tell you that I think you cut Woods. I would start Hunt in my flex. Now, you want to actually not have Hunt be your flex. You want to put Hunt as the running back two on your team and then um, put the other guy in the flex because you don't want your flex playing on Thursday night. It limits the moves you can make, especially if injuries show up on your team, which is always possible. People get hurt all the time. But I would go ahead and play Kareem Hunt tonight. I think Kareem Hunt has a pretty decent game. Again, I do like James Robinson ahead of Hunt, but I do think he's a pretty safe player and pretty valuable player every single week. So I would go with Kareem Hunt. Rank my starting team 1 through 10. Herbert, Jamar Chase, Diggs, James Conner, CH, Everett, Flex. Someone ban that guy, please. Not Tyron, obviously, the person just spamming in the chat. Deontay Johnson, defense / kicker, Eagles, Jason Sanders. Out of focus for some reason. I think your team's pretty solid. I'd give you about a 8.5, 9 out of 10. I'll ban this motherfucker. Put him in timeout. Get the fuck out of here, pal. Blocked. This the amount of spams you get in these things, the porn bots will show up for you. The watch NFL games live bot will show up for you. Claypool or Nico? I'd hold Claypool, but I don't want to play either. But if you have to play one, play Claypool. Who should I start? Mike Sanders, Miles Sanders, or Kareem Hunt? Kareem Hunt. Amon-Ra St. Brown is like a must-start player at this point. Who wins the trade? Half PPR. Amon-Ra, Lenny, D-Hop for Saquon and Kirk. I would rather have Amon-Ra, Lenny, and D-Hop slightly. But I don't think that's a uneven trade, in my opinion. Debo Samuel or MT? I would go with Debo. Need help. Steelers, D, or Patriots? D, I'd go with the Steelers. Need a tight end this week. Have Schultz. Do I drop Schultz or I would drop Lockett for a tight end. Full PPR, one Hunt or Aaron Jones. I'm going Jones. Stream Browns, defense or Eagles? Browns. Hollywood or Pittman for Dylan if my running back. No. You can't. You can trade Hollywood for Dylan. There's no way I'm trading Pittman for Dylan. Who could I trade? DJ Moore and Cordero Patterson for a wide receiver. You want a better receiver? I would be looking for Waddle. Darrell Henderson, a good flex. I think he's okay. Should I trade Scary Terry for Pollard? I'd rather have Terry. Nick, Robert Tunyon, or Hawkinson? Jonathan Taylor or Mixon or Mark Andrews? I would prefer to play Taylor. Who should I start? Brandon Cooks or Drake London this week? I'd go Cooks personally. Mr. Heyo sneaks. Yo, Nick, how are you doing? Donovan Peoples-Jones got more than 2.5 receptions. Dude, I don't want to touch this game with a 10-foot pole in terms of betting. I'm either taking the under or I'm not looking at the shit at all. This game, it reeks, man. I mean, yeah, I think he'd get more than 2.5 receptions, but I would not bet a significant amount of money on that. Hines or Pierce? Pierce for show. Guys, start Deontay Johnson, Drake London, Johnson. Cooks, London, Wilson. Pick 2. I'm going with London and Cooks. Who wins the trade? Godwin and Edmonds for Pierce and Chris Cumfluff. Trying to fuck with me here? Reading Chris Cumfluff as if that's a real person. Hines or Singletary? Singletary. Harrison is still a flex, even with Cam getting more work. Henderson, 82% snap share. Yeah. I also think that if you were looking at the eye test, like you're just watching the game, I think Henderson looked better than Cam Akers. Just kind of how I view things. Let me just make sure my lineups are all good, guys. Let me make sure my lineups are all good. Games kick off in 43 minutes. So we've got a nice 40 minutes left to chill out and be buddy with all you guys today. Really enjoy you guys. I really appreciate I really appreciate you guys checking out the stream today. It means everything to me that you guys always show up. I really appreciate it. What's up, Flight? FTC. Do I play Kareem Hunt or do I sit him? I would play him. FTC. Flight team, stand up. Brandon Ayuk or Amari Cooper? Bro, PPR, Jamar, Jay Jettis, Gabe Davis, wide receivers, Kelsey at tight end. Which running back do I bench? I'm benching ETN. Tough scene. Should I trade Jonathan Taylor for Mixon and Andrews? Oh, okay. I would rather have Mixon and Andrews, yeah. Pick 2, London, Thielen, Wilson, Cooks. I'd go with Wilson and Cooks. Who wins this trade? Team 1 gets Wilson, Dylan, and ETN. Teams 2 gets Deontay Johnson, Javonte Williams. I would say Team 2. I already answered that. Amari Cooper over Metcalf and McLaurin this week. I would play McLaurin over Amari Cooper. Lamar for Chubb and Stafford. I would do that. Addicted to the metrics, baby. Should I keep Fournette on the bench? I'm playing Fournette this week. Elijah Moore, Deontay Johnson, Sterling Shepard, Thielen, pick 3 PPR. Do you like Chicago defense? Who are your top couple of defenses? See the defense questions. My brain absolutely farts by the time we're looking right now. Let me just go look at my rankings. Top defenses I like. So I'll answer your first question first here. Deontay Johnson, Thielen, and Shepard. And then the defenses I like this week are. What's the problem with fucking defenses? I'm so stupid I forget by the time we get to so deep in the week after I talk about because normally the defense is the first thing I talk about and I kind of forget about them. So I like the Browns, I like the Saints, I like the Bengals, I like the Niners, I like the Chargers, I like the Eagles, I like the Steelers, I like the Giants. Gibson or Deontay Johnson? I would go with Gibson. Deontay Johnson or Mike Williams? Mike Williams. Deontay Johnson or Christian Kirk? I'd go with Christian Kirk. After the Dolphins, who is your favorite team to watch and support? Um, Probably, to be honest with you, I like the Bills a lot, but obviously, it's really because I like Josh Allen. I've been a big fan of Josh Allen since he got into the league. Even in the draft, I really like Josh Allen. So, but I don't really support the Bills. I just kind of like Josh Allen. And if the Dolphins are out, I'll root for the Bills. So I guess my second favorite team is probably the Lions. I really like the Lions. It's always I also like the Rams because I really always like Matthew Stafford. Um, Start pick 2, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel, Tommy Bahama, Subinik. You motherfucker, bro. You motherfucker. Um, I'm not doing that. I would rather have Jonathan Taylor and Tay Adams. Mariota to still to Super Bowl. Yeah, dude. Mariota's gonna win the Super Bowl, baby. Bucks D or Browns D? Browns D. Blue cheese or ranch? I like ranch better. One second, I'll answer you next, Nate. Hey bro, should I sit Hunt for ETN? No, I'd start Hunt over ETN or Zeke. What's up, Hasbullah? Rank my team: Wentz, Pierce, Fournette, Jefferson, Hill, Garrett Wilson. I like your team a decent amount. The bench could be better, but it's a pretty solid team. Probably like a 8. You just said the Browns. Do you pay attention, bros? No, it's fine. I talk a lot. I go through things quickly, so I get when people miss things. Should I drop Rashad White for Mostert? I would. Jose Beltran, like the basketball, not the baseball player. Thank you for the donation. Um, is your question in the chat? It might be. So I'm gonna scroll through. If I don't see it, just type it again, and I'll definitely see it. The one thing that sucks about StreamYard, I wish you could adjust this chat so I could put the chat on the left side because there's a microphone here. It might look like the left on your side, but it's flipped, and my microphone blocks direct view of the whole chat. Which is annoying. Wet in the shower. Jose, just leave your question down below and I'll answer it. I can't find your question otherwise. Honest take on the Colts. Oh, dude, the Colts are fucking bad, man. Colts are bad. That's my honest take. Amari Cooper or Tony Pollard. Thank you, Jose. I would go with Amari Cooper personally. Tony Pollard is I think Tony Pollard is a better player than Zeke. The issue is that the team, Jerry Jones, Big Mike McCarthy, does not believe that. They both believe in Ezekiel Elliott. So Ezekiel Elliott is going to be the guy getting most of the carries. Pollard's going to tag in. He could score a touchdown in this game. Definitely, I wouldn't disagree with that analysis if that's the analysis you want to go with. But I also think that Amari Cooper is significantly safer and he has more upside as well. So I would go with Amari Cooper personally. Thank you for the donation here. I'm going to try to fix my camera really quick because it's kind of out of focus and I want it to focus in a little bit more. Don't worry, I'm still here talking. And the camera should be fixed now. Bam. Nope, it's still kind of fucked up, but it is what it is. Go with Amari Cooper. Fryermouth or Irv Smith? Fryermuth. He got the majority of the carries. Scary Terry or Devontae Smith? Terry. Trade away Aaron Jones and DK for Mixon and Deontay. Yes. Um, Allen Robinson or DJ Moore? I would go with Allen Robinson. But White will be a smash play if Lenny gets hurt. I agree. He will be. But I don't think he will get hurt. Like, it's not a lock. Brady or Matt Ryan? Brady for sure. Would you trade Cooks and London for Gabe Davis? No. Should I keep Logan Thomas? Yes. Henderson, Bateman, Moore, Pierce for the flex. Bateman. Thoughts on DJ Moore? Would you trade Moore and Dotson for CD or Higgins? I would for Higgins. Dylan or Wilson, flex Gabe Davis or Bateman? I'd go with Gabe Davis and Wilson. Amari, James Robb, Jeff Wilson, Henderson. Who do you flex this week? I would flex. I think I'd go James Robinson. Harrison for the floor, Bateman for the ceiling. I traded Aaron Jones for Debo. Solid trade. Is Fournette a injury warning to happen for his usage? I don't think so. Thank you for the donation, Isaac. I almost said Isaac. Isaac, okay, thank you very much. I received a trade where I'd give away Javonte for Eckler, and another one where I'd give away Jamar Chase for Mixon. My other running backs and wide receivers are Tyreek and Hunt. Okay, great question here. So, I would do Javonte for Eckler. I like Javonte a decent amount, but the issue with Javonte is maybe things just don't get better, right? Maybe they get to the goal line and they can't figure it out. Maybe Melvin Gordon plays a big role, which is possible. So I would definitely rather have Eckler, but I would not do Jamar for Mixon. I would definitely much rather have Jamar. My flexes are Curtis Samuel and Deontay Johnson. I think those are solid flex options weekly. Isaac, as long as Carson Wentz doesn't kind of shit the bed here. So I would go ahead and say I would do the first trade. I'm getting Austin Eckler, but I'm holding Jamar. That would be my lean on things. I think Hunt is pretty useful every single week. So I think you have a pretty solid base of a team. Your team looks really good based upon what you've said. So I would go ahead and trade for Eckler, Isaac, and then I'm going to go ahead and keep Jamar because I think Jamar just has more value than Mixon. There's a reason why most likely you drafted Jamar over Mixon. So there's a reason why you did that, in my opinion. So I'm trading for Eckler and then keeping Jamar. Thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it, and I hope that helped you out. Kareem Hunt or Tony Pollard? Hunt. Do I keep or cut Gage? I'm keeping Gage. Benches Juju, Bateman, Gordon, Brees, Hall, and Godwin. Yes. So even with all that, I'm still doing what I said initially. So I want Eckler, and I want to keep Jamar Chase. Your team does look incredibly good, though. I wouldn't worry about Jamar. Obviously, the Bengals are a little bit dusty right now. The Bengals aren't looking the best, but I would not panic one bit. Not panicking yet. On Jamar. Cool. I'm glad I helped you break that one down. Start Bateman or Lamb? Bateman. Do I keep DeAndre Hopkins? Yes. Drop Juju for Burks? No. Keep Juju. I'm rolling with Najee tonight because I think Kamara needs another week of rest. That's possible. Sean. Not saying that's impossible. It's definitely possible that Kamara misses. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that fucking Kamara is definitely going to play. I've said that multiple times that I don't think it's a lock. And it's important to have backup plans. Your backup plan just so happens to be playing tonight. So I get that. Dog, there is no one available in my fucking league to play, guys. I have to play DJ Shark this week. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Unless I go with Isaiah McKenzie against the Dolphins. Yikes, bro. I don't want to play a fucking wide receiver against my team, you know? Thank you, Johnny, for the super chat. I greatly appreciate you. Johnny says, survey says, need help. 10-man PPR, full PPR league. Should I trade Lamar, Pittman Jr., Gabe Davis, and Bateman for McCaffrey and St. Brown? I would have Henry, Javonte, St. Brown, Cup, Waller, and CMC if I trade him, but no quarterback, though. So this is a deep question. Very deep question. So, while I really like St. Brown and Christian McCaffrey, if we're putting all these things together, you already have Henry and Javonte Williams. Your team is pretty good. I would definitely not recommend doing this trade, though, if I'm being honest with you. I would have Henry, Javante, St. Williams, Cup. Yeah, like your team would look stacked with this trade, but Lamar, we saw what Lamar just did. And I was someone who in the offseason talked a lot about how I think in a 10-man league or an 8-man league, the quarterback is significantly more important than in a 12 or 14 team league. Because in a 10-team league, everyone's team, realistically, Johnny, there's probably one team maybe in your league that looks like shit. One team that stands no chance, and then there's 9 other teams that look stacked, right? And one way to get a jump on these stacked teams is by having an elite quarterback like Lamar who can do what Lamar did up against the Dolphins defense. Lamar could realistically score 35 plus points any given week. So that's why I would keep Lamar, Pittman Jr., Gabe Davis, and Bateman. I understand CMC and St. Brown, they're these beautiful pieces, right? But Pittman could realistically outscore St. Brown. He easily could. He easily could. So I wouldn't go ahead and do that trade. I think Gabe Davis could even outscore St. Brown from a points per game perspective. Obviously, Gabe Davis already missed one game, and if St. Brown plays the whole season, then obviously in terms of finish at the end of the season, St. Brown's going to outscore him. But I would not do that trade. I think that's a fair trade. But again, I personally view the quarterback as so important in a 10-team league that I just could not see myself doing that trade. Again, your team would be stacked, but your quarterback would be lacking. And I think that's going to drastically hurt you because you won't have that upside to score 35 plus points from your quarterback. So I'm not going to do that trade. That was a very interesting question. Um, so I understand why you thought about it and you might have wanted to do it, but personally, I would lean against it. Again, if you want to do it, then don't make me force you away from it if it's something you personally really wanted. But Johnny, I would personally not do that trade. Thank you. What value would you trade away for CeeDee Lamb? You need to get something good because Lamb's still getting targets and Dak appears to be coming back sooner rather than later. It just came out that Dak was at practice today, gripping the football. Now he wasn't throwing, but Dak's already back. Um, to me, I wouldn't look to trade away CeeDee Lamb right now. But if you're gonna trade him away, you have to go ahead and get something that's at least worthy of CeeDee Lamb. And off the top of my head, I'm gonna have to go ahead and just look at a list of a bunch of players right now, some wide receivers maybe that I would be willing to trade CD for. For instance, I would be right now ecstatic to do CeeDee Lamb for Michael Pittman. I would do that easily. I would do CeeDee Lamb for Debo, who hasn't looked hot over the first couple of games. I would do CeeDee Lamb for Michael Thomas. I would do CeeDee Lamb for Christian Kirk, probably AJ Brown if someone's worried about AJ Brown. Kind of that range of wide receiver. If you wanted a running back, I would do CeeDee Lamb for Javante Williams, CeeDee Lamb for Leonard Fournette. You're buying low on Fournette. Yeah, that's kind of the range I'm looking for personally. I would try to hold CeeDee Lamb though, unless your team's just an unmitigated disaster. Because if Dak comes back soon, which is what appears to be happening, then you want CeeDee Lamb on your team. So I hope that helped you out. Fins up, baby. Going into the game, I know you answered this, but I want to support Hunt or Patterson. Give me every reason. Full PPR. I love you, big handsome man. You. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Try my best to be a super handsome guy on these streams. You know, that's why people watch. Because I look like Leonardo DiCaprio. You know. So, Hunt or Patterson. So let me just pull up my rankings again here really quickly because I want to give you the actual answer from my rankings. These guys are both extremely close, and I talked about this in today's video over on Notorious Fantasy by Stokastic. I broke this down. I said, hey, I am liking Cordero Patterson a ton. I also like Hunt a ton. Right now I have Cordero Patterson ranked as RB 18. I have Hunt right now as RB number, let's see here. Hunt is 22, Patterson 18. So the reason why I like Cordero Patterson more is because of the matchup. He's going up against the Seattle Seahawks. This game has all of the makings of a potential back and forth affair. The Atlanta Falcons offense is obviously pretty good. I understand Cordero Patterson shit the bed last week against LA with the Rams, but going from the what's it called? Fuck, what was I saying? But going from against the Rams defense to the Seattle defense, Seattle is so much easier to play against. So I like Cordell Patterson more. I think Hunt's a decent start as well. They're both incredibly safe upside options, but I think I'd rather go with the guy that I feel like is the number one option on his team right now. It seems like Patterson's a guy that wants to get force fed. They also like throwing the ball a lot to Drake London, Drizzy Drake London, but I would lean with Cordell Patterson. I like Hunt tonight as well, but Patterson would be my move. And then, yeah, you said I would switch on any of them. I could switch on any of them. If you asked me on Sunday, like for instance, if Hunt was playing on Sunday, you could ask me, and then maybe I would have said Hunt. But right now, I'm staying true to my guns. I'm going with Cordero Patterson. That would be my lean. Again, I like Hunt a lot tonight as well, but I'm going with Cordero Patterson. This matchup against Seattle is mouthwatering. I really enjoy what could potentially happen. My face is super white. I'm looking like a fucking Casper the Cowardly Ghost, or whatever the hell that guy's name is. Okay, thank you for the donation again, Mr. S. Nagara. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the donation. Good sir. Two partner. Ooh, a nice two partner. Two stepping. Tua or Wilson, or drop one for Wentz this week. Also, trade Henderson and Godwin for CD and McKissick. Excellent question. So, Tua or Wilson, or drop one for Wentz this week. I am riding with Russell Wilson. Let's ride, baby. I'm riding with him. I like the matchup this week for Russell Wilson. I think Russell Wilson should be able to perform in this game. Russell Wilson did perform in week number 1 up against the Seattle Seahawks. He just didn't really score a lot of fantasy points, but he did look good. Last week was a disaster. He was quarterback 24 last week up against Houston. I think he bounces back against San Francisco. I think this is the big game he needs. Russell Wilson always typically plays well in big games, so I'm going with Russell Wilson. I am nervous about Tua. Again, I'm a Dolphins fan. This matchup screams the Dolphins potentially getting absolutely skull-fucked and having an awful game. Now, again, I think the Dolphins are going to win. I have full confidence in Tua, but have I watched the games over the last zillion years, Dolphins versus Bills? The Bills have our number. So I would go ahead and tell you to play Russell Wilson. I do like Wentz, though, but I would not cut Tua or Wilson for Wentz, because if Tua has a good game against the Bills, Tua's an insta lock in your lineup every single week. And then also, would you trade Henderson and Godwin for CD and McKissick? No, I would not. Godwin should be back, not super soon, but when Godwin comes back, realistically, you can talk yourself into, oh, Godwin could be a top 5 receiver in fantasy football. Whereas CD Lamb, when Dak comes back, I don't even know if CD Lamb is going to be a top 5 receiver, whereas I feel like Godwin is, and I like Henderson significantly more than McKissick. So we're going to go Russell Wilson, and then we're going to keep Henderson and Godwin. That is my lean on that question. Thank you again for the donation. I greatly appreciate it. So I played Deontay Johnson. Yes, the weather is windy. It is looking windy. 17-mile-an-hour winds. Nothing crazy, though. Nothing absurd. Nothing crazy. Thanks, Nick. No problem, man. I'm glad to help you out. What's up, Nick? Pick one for the flex spot. Curtis Samuel, Kareem Hunt, or Patterson. We're going Patterson. Go Fins, baby. Thank you. Fins up. Wilson or Samuel? I've got them incredibly close. Mr. Guy Who Debates. I would go with Curtis Samuel. Luca. Thank you, Luca. I really appreciate it. Deontay Johnson or Drake London for my flex, my boy, PPR. Gotcha. Okay. Goddamn fucking watch every game on the NFL. These stupid bots are so annoying, and there's literally no way to get them out. I just got to block them or mute them or whatever. So annoying. Stupid ass bots. Get the fuck out of here, pal. And it's also because there's 2 streams fired up right now. 39 viewers on Stokastic Fantasy, 84 on Notorious Fantasy by Stokastic. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. So I'm going to give you a genuine breakdown of this because you donated. Deontay Johnson is definitely safer. Significantly safer because we know who Deontay Johnson is. Drake London is more of the unknown. Like Spock was talking about a little bit earlier, Drake London is being peppered by targets. But there's also a chance that eventually that breaks. That eventually we see, maybe this week against Seattle, the Pitts game of the century, where Pitts finally gets targeted. It's definitely in the realm of possibility, guys. Like, we can't just deny. We can't just say Pitts is going to suck absolute donkey cock for the rest of the season, because if you think that, I think that's a little bit insane. So I will go ahead and tell you to go with Deontay Johnson. I think Mitch Trubisky plays good enough in this game to keep Deontay Johnson valuable. I also think that if Mitch Trubisky loses this game, then Mitch Trubisky is getting benched. Mitch Trubisky will ride the pine into irrelevance or into being a backup quarterback for the rest of his life, and Kenny Pickett will be the guy. So I'm gonna go with Deontay Johnson here. I feel pretty confident in my take on him. Again, I don't dislike Drake London, but I would go with Deontay Johnson. That's kind of just how I feel on things. Isaac, thank you for the donation. Trade Hunt for Dylan, Jamar for Diggs. Okay, right now I would trade Jamar for Diggs. I'm going to be honest with you. Jamar still has the upside. Still a great player. But Diggs just seems to be on another level. I don't know if how much Twitter you use, Mr. Isaac, but there's this clip going around. I've tweeted it out like 50 times of Stephon Diggs on the bench where he's like, I'm him. I'm him. He is him, man. The guy's fucking amazing. The guy's tearing the league a new ass. So I would definitely do Jamar for Diggs. I think we all read the Stephon Diggs situation drastically wrong. Diggs was clearly a first round talent in fantasy football, and we faded him. Some people were even taking CeeDee Lamb ahead of Diggs, and that was obviously the wrong move. So Jamar and Diggs are very close in my brain. Again, I'm not telling you you're smashing this guy over the back of the head and stealing away Diggs from him, but I think Diggs is the better player. And then Hunt for Dylan. I think I'd rather have Hunt because of the safety. Dylan is going to be very, very confusing every single week because he has the upside to be the guy every week, but there's also a chance that we just see Aaron Jones take over. So my lean personally would be to keep Hunt and then get Diggs. I do like Dylan a decent amount. I've got him on a couple of teams. I think he's a great player, but just the situation is a little bit confusing in Green Bay every week. Even Rodgers himself said he's like, oh, in a perfect world, I give 28 and 33, 28 Dylan, 33 Aaron Jones the ball 15 times each a game. But what he said is that sometimes the game script goes one way. The game script sometimes goes positive. The game script sometimes goes negative for the other one. So I would just rather hold Hunt. I like Hunt. And plus, if Chubb goes down, Hunt's like instantly a beast. And then I'd go with Diggs. But you got two interesting trades sent your way. I'm competing against the guy that has Diggs. I'm hoping Jamar does great this week so I can make that trade. The guy wants Chase, though. Well, yeah, I would do Chase. I would trade Chase for Diggs pretty easily. Thank you for the donation. Have you guys ever seen those thumbnails that those like fucking YouTubers do where they're like, actually, I've definitely done thumbnails like that. So, is what it is. Channel update looking great, Nikki. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, the Notorious Fantasy channel is looking fly with the new designs we have on it. It's looking real good. Looking real good. And just so you know, if I don't get to any of your guys, if I don't get to some of your questions today, and they're not regarding Thursday Night Football tonight, you're more than welcome to just ask them in the comment section after the video ends. So you're not going to have to go ahead and just don't type it in the chat. Just type it in the description down below afterwards. I'm going to try to answer as many questions as possible. Though, 1 second. Let me pull out my Snapchat real quick because I'm about to lose all my fucking streaks. I fucking hate Snapchat. Flex, Penny, Ayuk, or Gage. I'm going with Gage. Nah, I'd go Ayuk. Nick, you play Dynasty. What pick should I trade Mills for? I don't. If I'm being honest with you, I don't really want anything to do with I don't think you're going to get a lot for Mills. If you can get a couple of second round picks, I would be fine with that. But I'm not overwhelmingly in love with trading away Mills because I just don't think he's. I think he might legitimately be the franchise quarterback for the team. Patterson or Robinson, I would go with Robinson. Pitts or Fryermuth, I'm going to go with Pitts. Drop Olave for Gallup? Yeah, I would. Are you sure about Michael Thomas and Godwin for Higgins and Deontay Johnson? Lock in. I would be fine with that. Yeah, I'd be fine with that. But again, if you're fine holding Godwin, then there's no reason to do this trade. You're only doing this trade if you need Higgins and Johnson, right? If you're fine without if you're fine without Godwin for a couple of weeks, then just hold Godwin. Don't play players tonight in your actual flex spot. Agreed. Agreed. Don't do that. Don't do that. I got to make sure that I don't have Deontay Johnson in any of my flexes. I have a lot of Deontay Johnson. When I give advice on players, I actually take them. Very shocking. If I am a fan of a player, they're normally on my team. Like, for instance, Rashad Master Bateman is on my team. Cortland Sutton on my team. Cortland Sutton's on multiple of my teams. Damian Pierce on multiple of my teams. Because when I like a player, I draft them. Unless, of course, someone else takes them, which is possible because my friends also watch the videos. Hey, Spock, how we doing? How we doing? Gabagula. Lucas, PPR, Deontay Johnson or Judy at the flex, Fryermuth or Knox. We're going Fryermuth. We're going Deontay. I don't think Judy's going to play. Will Johnson have more or less than 15 PPR points? I'm hoping more. I don't think he's going to have a great game, though. I'm going to say he's going to get 13 points. Patterson, Kirk, CD, Najee, or Montgomery. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, Kirk. You like that? Rate my squad. Tua, Waddle, Henry, Mixon. I did the Waddle dance, but you can't even see. I'm now also not about to stand up. Team looks really good. I'd say you got a nice 9 team right there. If you guys follow me on Twitter on Sunday after the Dolphins won, I hit the fattest Waddle dance ever. Ooh. I'm on the Kirk train. Choo choo. I'm all aboard the Kirk train as well. Picked up Keenan Allen off waivers. Lol. Rise above everything, man. You play with some silly people. Let me tell you that. I've got Godwin on my bench and Juju. I'm hoping that Godwin can recover well and that Juju will be Mahomes' top 2 targets. Yeah, Juju having one bad game on Thursday Night Football doesn't really concern me personally. And I hope Godwin does recover well. I still feel like that team really fucked up by playing Godwin in week 1. I really don't think they should have played him. They smoked the Cowboys without him. They could have literally not even had Evans in that game and they still would have won. It was stupid, very stupid decision in my opinion. Need a wide receiver and a flex. Here they are. I'll answer your question in a second, Taste the Skill. I would go with Deontay and Brandon Cooks. Why do you like Brandon Cooks more than Hunt? They're pretty close in my head. I think Brandon Cooks is just safer. They have pretty similar upside, in my opinion. So I would just go with Brandon Cooks, who's the receiver. Kind of just how I lean on things. Obviously, if you want to go Hunt, I'm not going to debate you for an hour. Dominic, I'm 0-2 with Hurts, Diggs, and Swift on my team. I'm upset. That's the worst. That's the worst. Sometimes things just don't go your way, but don't get mad about it, right? Don't fucking be too hard on yourself, man. You can literally go. I think the worst I've ever gone and made the playoffs. I think I went 0-5 before and then made the playoffs. So don't panic too much yet. Like you can lose 2-3 games in a row and still be in a really good position to win your league. You really just got to get hot right at the end of the waiver. Not the end of the waiver. You got to get really hot at the end of the season, I would say. That's really the biggest way to win most of the time is your team catches fire right at the end, right? You get that quarterback that's torching defenses at the end of the year, things like that. That's how you win. Frank the Tank. Shout out to my boy Frank the Tank. I'd be funny if that was Frank Fleming. I love Frank Fleming. That guy's funny as fuck. Bateman, James Robinson, CMC or MT pick 2. But even if you're not him, I still love you, Frank the Tank. I will go with Bateman, James Robinson, CMC, or I'm going CMC, and I would go with Michael Thomas. Isaac again. Thank you for the donation. Sorry if I read your name wrong. Everyone knows I'm an idiot. It's pretty clear. Everyone knows that. Bateman or Brees over Deontay at the flex. Okay, so when I think about this question, I really do like Bateman a lot this week. So Bateman and Deontay Johnson would be really close in my head. Um, Again, this is one of those where you flip flop all the time. This is one of those questions where if you ask me in 15 minutes right before the game, I might give you a different answer. I think I would go with Bateman because of the potential wind. Again, I think Deontay will be fine, but I think I'm going to go with Bateman. Bateman has been incredibly good the last couple of weeks. Lamar is banged up going into the week, but he should be fine on all accounts that I have read. Bateman seems like one of those guys that's going to get maybe 5 or 6 targets a game, but at any point could take the ball 99 yards to the fucking crib. So I'm going to go with Bateman personally over Deontay. I don't really want to be starting Brees Hall yet. I think Brees Hall is going to make a big splash in fantasy football in a couple of weeks. I think at one point in the season, we are going to see Brees Hall be a top 5 running back lock every single week. I just don't think that's the time now because they still want to use Michael Carter. So I definitely would prefer Deontay over Brees, but I will go Bateman over Deontay. But again, they're very close in my mind. Mike, thank you for the donation. Pitts, Jay Wilson, Bateman, or Dylan Sutton Pittman. PPR. Thank you for the donation. Okay. Jay Wilson, Pitts, Jay Wilson, Bateman, or Dillon, Sutton, Pittman. Okay. So this is a trade, I would assume. I would rather have Dillon, Sutton, and Pittman. I'm starting to worry about Pitts. Again, I'm not in full on panic where you should just cut Kyle Pitts, but I am a little bit nervous. With Sutton and Pittman, you have two guys that could be top 5 receivers. We have seen a lot of Sutton being force fed the ball by Russell Wilson. We've seen Pittman look incredibly good when um, when he was played. He's played week 1, missed week 2. Dillon's hit or miss, but Jeff Wilson might be useless 2 weeks from now. So I would rather have Dillon, Sutton, and Pittman personally, and I would answer that pretty handily, honestly. Austin Hodge, thank you for the super sticker. I greatly appreciate you, my man. Flex, Deontay Johnson, DJ Moore, Hollywood Brown, or Drake London. You only have one flex with this many players. This is why I heavily advocate in my leagues to either be 3 receivers or 2 flexes, because I think the 2 flexes um, involves more skill into the game. So I would go ahead and try to advocate in all your leagues to try to add a second flex. That would be my thing to do in the summer. Obviously, that has nothing to do with your question, but I would try to advocate for that. I'm gonna go with, dude. I want to say Hollywood Brown, but how many times can Hollywood Brown screw me before I have to let him go, man? It's like a toxic relationship with me and Hollywood Brown, man. The guy's so good, he just doesn't do anything. He just doesn't do anything. It's honestly sad. So I'm gonna go ahead here and stick with my gun. I'm going Deontay Johnson. I think the wind is not going to be super effective in this game. I think Deontay Johnson's going to be fine. If you want a different answer, you don't want to play Johnson, then go Drake London, because you put the eye emoji next to him. I like Drake London a ton as well, but I'm going with Deontay Johnson. I just see him getting a lot of volume in this game. Juan, thank you for the super chat. Trade Debo, A-Rob for Waddle and Dobbins. Other wide receivers are Higgins, London, D-Hop. I'm a Finns fan, but I don't want to overpay for Waddle. I get that. I am also a Dolphins fan, obviously. I would go ahead and I would hold. Oh, no, I'm doing that trade 100% actually, because Dobbins is coming back and Dobbins does have the upside to be incredibly good. I'm kind of worried slightly about Debo Samuel, if I'm being honest with you. I think he's going to be fine. Um, But oh man, your other wide receivers are decent. Yeah, your other wide receivers are pretty good. Who are your running backs, Juan? Type in the chat who your running backs are, because if you don't need Dobbins, I think I just hold who you have. So let me know. Type it in the chat for me. Let me know who you have at running back. Because if you need the running back, I'm doing the trade. If not, I think I'm just going to hold Debo and A-Rob, because I actually like Debo a little bit more than I kind of thought initially when I was talking, and I also like A-Rob a lot. So I would likely hold unless you really need the running back. CMC, Pierce, and Aaron Jones. Yeah, I think you're fine on running back. So I'm holding. I'm holding Debo and A-Rob, and then you're looking loaded at receiver. So I'm keeping Debo and A-Rob. I understand why you might want to do that trade, but I'm keeping Debo and A-Rob definitely. I do think that's a tough trade though, because of how good Waddle has been. But I think I was kind of initially undervaluing um, Debo, or I was kind of undervaluing Debo and Allen Robinson. So I would probably keep the guys. No problem, Juan. Thank you for the donation, though. I really appreciate it. Fam first, start 3, Bateman, Kirk, Hollywood, Connor, McLaurin. Pretty simple for me. Kirk is a locked and loaded starter every single game. Every single game I'm playing Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk is fucking dominant. The guy keeps getting force fed the ball by Mr. Trevor Lawrence. So I'm going with Kirk. Then I'm going to go with Bateman for sure. I really want Bateman in my lineup this week. I think he's got a lot of upside. And then outside of that, it's pretty toss up. If Connor plays, I'm going Connor. If Connor does not play, you're going McLaurin. So you're going to go Bateman, Kirk, Connor. But if Connor does not play, you're going McLaurin. We appreciate you. Thank you, Joseph. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much, man. Means a lot. I'm just putting in one DFS lineup, just one lineup tonight. We're going all defense, baby. Steelers and Browns defense. Double defense. I'm going to win $1 zillion with this lineup. $1 zillion. Deontay Johnson. And then we're going to go Fryermuth. This is the winner right here. Actually, yeah, let's do this. Let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride. All right. Thank you very much, Joseph. Again, I really appreciate it. Nick, can you waddle? I can waddle. I did it on Twitter. I would stand up, but there's a green screen behind me, and then you'll just see my room that is not clean at all that I have to clean. So I'm not going to waddle right now. But if you follow me on Twitter, at NotoriousFNTSY, you'll see the fattest waddle maybe imaginable. And I'll do another one on Sunday if we win. Dude, what the fuck? I've blocked this person and put them in timeout like 50 times. They keep showing up. Thank you, Tony. Stupid ass. Watch every NFL game. Great channel, great content. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate that, Tony. I hope you guys have all been enjoying all these videos. It takes the rankings videos take me a really long time to make. Like I started working on that at like 1, and the video finished at like 6 because I'm making all the graphics, all that. But I really appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. It means the world to me that you guys all show up and watch these videos because obviously there's a million people that make fancy videos. So I really appreciate it when you guys stop by and watch. So thank you, Tony. I really appreciate that. You don't have a favorite team, Spock? I like what Detroit's doing, tearing it down and rebuilding. Having a favorite team made me bad at gambling. Yeah, I like the Dolphins. I bet on them every week. Just getting a little bit lucky that the Dolphins are good. Claypool. I'm not playing Claypool tonight. If that's your question. Bateman over Deontay this week. Yes, you are making sure you are correct. Yes. Metcalf, CPAT, and or McLaurin. I'm going CPAT. Can you gritty? Of course. I should just try to slide around in the fucking gritty. Ooh. Of course, I can hit the fattest gritty imaginable. A-Rob, James Rob for Alvin Kamara. No, I wouldn't do that, to be honest with you. My screen is tweaking out right now. Mike Williams, Sutton, Kirk, Zeke, start 2, flex 1. Excellent question. This is pretty simple for me. So when it comes to Ezekiel Elliott, again, I think Ezekiel Elliott is an incredibly talented player potentially inside of him. There's a deep down inside of him. There's a talented player, but it has not came out recently. So I'm sitting him. I like Christian Kirk a ton. I think Christian Kirk's like a must start guy every week. Sutton without Judy potentially, he's in a humongous spot. So I really like Sutton, even though it's a tough matchup realistically on paper. And then Mike Williams is in a big spot, even without Keenan Allen. Mike Williams, one of those, or even with Keenan Allen, I should say. Mike Williams is one of the most hit or miss players in fantasy. Mike Williams is either going to score 30 points on Sunday, or he's going to score 7 points. And it is what it is. You have to understand the ebbs and flows of that. Like there's the big game potential in Sutton or in Williams. He's got that dog in him. So I am going Williams, Sutton, and Christian Kirk. You're brilliant, Nick. Thank you, man. Try my best. Kareem Hunt or Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. How bad is winning tonight? Don't want to repeat of the Bills. Oh, how bad is it tonight? It's not going to be bad. It's not like fucking the wind. If you watch the Bills-Pats game, the wind in that game was absolutely insane. Right now, it says 16-mile-an-hour winds, possible light rain. Doesn't seem bad at all. So I would not panic. Don't panic, guys. Do not panic unless the wind is looking crazy on TV right now. I do not have the game on. Someone's going to have to report to me if the wind's looking crazy on television right now. But based on what I know about the game, I think you should be fine. Should be all Gucci. All good. Love you, bro. Love you too, man. Start DJ Moore, Bateman. Good luck. I see you, Brian. Good luck, man. DJ Moore, Bateman, Pierce, PPR flex. Already played Mark Andrews. I'm flexing Bateman. Take care, Nick. See you Sunday. See you Sunday as well, man. Should I trade CD for Michael Thomas and Damian Pierce? Yes. Tight end Logan or Irv Smith? Logan. All right. All righty. Don't worry too much about the win, guys. Unless anyone's watching the game and they're seeing like a drastic, crazy ass win. I'm not watching the game, obviously. I'm sitting here. Should I start Najee if you don't have many other options? Yeah. Start Edmonds, Greg Dortch, or Brees Hall. I'm starting Greg Dortch. Browns or Bears? I'm going with the Browns. The Browns are my number one ranked defense in the league. Man, my lineups are down bad right now, guys. Some of my teams are fucking injured to smithereens. Hall or A Rob? I'm going A Rob for show. Do you think the Bills and Miami will be high scoring? No, I actually think it's going to end up being lower scoring personally. I hope the Dolphins are able to keep up though if the Bills start saucing us up a little. Gibson or Henry? I would go with Gibson. It's kind of crazy to say, but I would go with Gibson. I say right foot creep, ooh, walking with that eater. Look around and stay low. Thank you guys for watching the stream, by the way. Greatly appreciate you guys. Love you guys all. Got all my line. I played one DFS lineup tonight. Normally I play roughly 7,000. You should be able to get Kirk off the waivers. Hollywood A Rob Cooks. I would start Cooks in the flex. A Rob is no bueno right now. No bueno. Miami has a good secondary. Yeah, I think so. I'm iffy on Dobbins, but if he doesn't play Moore or Gage, I'd play Gage for sure. Miami does have a good secondary. I'm just hoping we are able to stay in that game. I'm incredibly nervous. Don't forget to like the vid. That's a fact. Trade Cortland Sutton for CeeDee Lamb? No. Thanks, bro. No problem. Chase Edmonds or Wilson? Wilson for sure. I'll be live again on Sunday answering your questions prior to kickoff. I will also be live tomorrow on the Stokastic Fantasy Football channel. If you're not subscribed already, just type it in, Stokastic Fantasy Football. I will be live at 10 a.m., me and Matt Savoca answering questions. And then again, I'll be live Sunday at either 11 a.m. or 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love talking to you guys. These are always incredibly fun streams. I've been live for an hour and 13 minutes. I appreciate anyone who donated, anyone who just sat here and watched the stream with me. It's always a fun time. Make sure you hit that like button. Do you think I should trade Antonio Gibson? I would be trading Antonio Gibson now. Najee Wilson or Damian Harris? I would go with Najee. Just subscribe. Thank you very much, man. Or woman. You know. Thank you guys very much. I really appreciate all you guys. I'm going to end the stream in about a minute so I can watch the game. Again, thank you guys all for coming out. It really means the world to me that everyone watches these things. It's crazy, you know? Went from just chilling here by myself. Like when I first did these streams, there'd be like 4 people. Now, at points today, there was 140 people watching. I have Brady, Flacco, Wentz, and Mariota available on the waiver wire. I'm considering picking up Flacco and starting him this week. I would rather play Wentz or Brady over Flacco. I don't think Julio's playing. He missed practice. Yeah, Julio might miss. Thanks. No problem. So thank you guys for watching again. I love all of you guys. I'm going to hit the outro now. We're going to skedaddle. I'll see you beautiful people at 10 a.m. tomorrow if you want to join up on Stokastic Fantasy Football. And if you have any more questions that I don't answer in chat, just make sure you drop them down below in the comment section. I always try to answer as many questions as possible down there. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your guys' day. As always. Goodbye. Also, make sure you check out Underdog promo code Stokastic for that $100 first match deposit bonus.